to your place, so you best not forget it. She gon' tell you how it is, cause she's Rick the Critic. When she all up in your city, oh, you best not forget it. Let you know if she like it, and if she get with it. Let the whole world know and be the first to admit it. Let you know if she's good and if she dig it, cause she's Rick the Critic. Rick the Critic, Rick the Critic, Rick the Critic. She the first to admit it if she can't dig it, cause she's Rick the Critic.
Hi, I'm Rick the Critic. Welcome. Thank you for letting us come into your home. I am so excited today. We're talking about young entrepreneurs on the rise. And you guys look out for these ladies because they're doing some really, really big things. My first guest today is Alicia Mirsky, and she is the chief editor of Bold Magazine. And Alicia, tell us a little bit about Bold Magazine. I'm just so excited to have you here. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me. Well, Bold Magazine started around 2009. And the reason I started it is because of the lack of diversity in the fashion industry. You always see the same exact models, the same designers. And so with Bold, I wanted to give recognition to other black models and minority designers out there that aren't quote unquote mainstream. So that was the whole thing behind Bold Magazine.
So, I mean, are there plus size models? I mean, what Bold Magazine? Tell me, I mean, what kind of stories do you feature in Bold Magazine?
Arts and culture,
Okay.
fashion, music, philanthropy,
Okay.
and we have not featured plus size models, but we do not discriminate.
Okay.
We will be featuring full figured models.
Yay!
We've had one issue so far. We've launched December of 2011.
Okay.
And our next issue is actually coming out April 25th.
Now, where can one go and purchase Bold Magazine?
Well, Bold, it's a digital magazine. However, we do have the printed copies. You would go to boldmagonline.com. That's our
Okay.
website.
Okay.
And you can actually read our first issue for free. We didn't put that for sale because, we want to give it out for free, but our next issues, you'll be able to go to our website, purchase it. It'll be mailed to you and read online.
That's great. You know what? It's so good to see when we're talking about young entrepreneurs, and so often we see other cultures, we see and not we see rap and athlete, we see all of these other things. We never really see our entrepreneurs, I mean our real entrepreneurs, because to me, when I'm looking at you as a young entrepreneur, I'm thinking about the young girls out there that are looking and saying, wow, she looks like me. I could do that, because that's what this is all about. Now, alongside with Bold Magazine, you also said that you do some other things. I mean, tell me some of the stuff that you do.
I'm a Jane of all trades.
Okay.
I'm working on a cookbook. It's called Heels in the Kitchen, Fashionably Edible.
Okay, wait.
I know
Heels
it
in the
sounds
kitchen.
yeah.
Ooh, that sounds sexy.
I know.
That sounds
It's
hot.
It's Heels in the Kitchen, Fashionably Edible.
Okay.
And basically it'll be an ebook and hard copy.
Okay.
And I'm only giving a few recipes, signature cocktails that I've concocted over the years drinking.
Okay.
Appetizers, which are our jaw-dropping dishes, and eye-catching entrees, which are the main dishes. And there's 10 recipes in each. And the book, it's very humorous. It's in my voice. It's funny. Anyone that knows me would totally get the book. And there's a story behind every recipe, behind every drink, every appetizer, every entree. And it's hilarious.
Now wait, you said heels.
Yes.
And when I'm thinking of heels, I'm thinking in the kitchen, sexy apron, not too much anything on but the heels. Is that what we're talking about, or what?
The thing is, when people find out I can cook, it's like, pretty girls cook? It's like, I'm young, I'm single.
You still gotta eat.
Exactly, I get in there and I can get down like a professional chef. So it's like, I'm pretty, I dress up, heels all the time. So why not name it Heels in the Kitchen, Because eventually there will be a series branching off into proper styling etiquette, getting into more seductive things for the more mature audience.
Listen, I just in January graduated with my PhD, and I'm doing marriage counseling. So I'm gonna have you come and talk to some of the women about the heels in the kitchen and how to keep your husband.
Yeah, because
you know?
in the book I have a dish called a man's meal, and it's a sautéed steak, homemade mashed potatoes, and I believe it's asparagus, and sautéed onions, bell peppers, tomatoes, and it's like, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Well, that's one way, So in
Okay.
Heels in the Kitchen, I throw a few of those things out, but when we branch off into the other series, it gets to, more of the relationships and, understanding the man and the man understanding the woman physically, mentally, and sexually.
So now listen, you will be sending me a copy of this.
Oh,
you,
yes.
You finished it already?
It's finished. It's
Okay.
been edited, and we will be launching it May, June.
I'm looking for
Yes.
that copy, Alicia. I'm looking
You're
for a
going
copy
to have
of
one.
that. Now tell me what else. Okay, the Heels in the Kitchen, and all this is under Bold Magazine.
Yeah, Bold Media Publishing and Design.
Okay, and how'd you come up with the name?
You know what? Because for me, black is bold.
Okay.
Bold slogan is when you see black, you see bold. And black is not just the color of your skin. Black stands for just the underdog, the underrated, those who are overlooked. There's so many people in mainstream right now that are mediocre talent, and there's so many people that are extraordinary talent, and they're not looked at. So black stands for them.
The Bold. Okay,
Yes.
all right. So now, and tell me, so where do you see Bold Magazine go? I mean, what's you are doing some things. 2009. This is 2012. Where are you seeing Bold Magazine go?
Bold Magazine is going to be international. We are already building our network overseas in Africa, in Ghana, and we're branching in New York right now, in Miami and DC. I have editors in DC and Jersey and New York right now. So
Okay.
we're building our network nationally as well as internationally. And right now our international target is Africa and Ghana because there's so much talent out there. I don't think that people really realize it. There
Wow.
are amazing designers, from shoe designers to clothing designers. One designer, Obi Samatica, he lives in New York, but he's amazing designer. He's like, I'm sorry, but he's probably better than Christian Louboutin in my mind, or Giuseppe
Now
Zanotti.
he's from Africa.
He's from Nigeria,
Okay.
but he lives in New York. He actually is a designer for like Jimmy Choo and all the other high-end designers. But
Okay.
his own collection he's working on is amazing.
We always hear Jimmy Choo.
Yeah.
But we never hear of this. And his name
Exactly.
is.
Obi Samatica.
Okay, and
Yeah.
I know I never
And you
heard
guys
of him.
will hear from him
That's
very
awesome.
soon. He's
I'd
an
love to have a pair of
amazing
shoes
designer.
with his name on them.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Very different.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you are going out and finding these unknowns.
Yeah.
These that are you see the promise in them, you see the potential in them, you see where they're
Exactly.
going, and so you interview them in the magazine, and then we go back years ago, and it's like, where did this guy appear? And it's like, he's
Yeah.
look,
And
here
the
he
great
is.
thing is we have our website too, and we use that as a platform. Like we do a designer of the week, and then we take other designers and we put them in the actual magazine, those who are more up there already, but they're not still fully not known,
Okay.
So we give everyone a chance, the website to the actual magazine.
Okay. So now listen, where would one, if this is your last, I mean, what would you say to our audience about Bold Magazine? I mean, it sounds like it's great reading. It sounds like it's information that we won't find just out there. We really need to read the magazine to see who's up and coming. And it sounds to me like it's just a great magazine overall with a lot of information in there. So you said something about philanthropy.
Yes.
You said, you designers, you got a
culture
lot of stuff.
designers.
Arts, culture, you got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, in our first issue, we actually featured Barra Jones from Barra's Just Homemade, and Isis Richardson. She just launched a lip gloss, and part of her proceeds go to Sudan, the
Wow.
refugees out there. So, we get them, we get the designers, the young designers, basically like your show. We're young entrepreneurs on the rise, and that's
Right.
where we tackle young entrepreneurs on the rise who are really doing things, not just out there talking, but they're out there doing. And those are the people we interview.
Wow. So now, how does one contact you if they want to be interviewed? Or is there a process that do you find them, or can they find you?
People find us, we find them.
Okay.
They email me, boldmagonline@gmail.com.
Okay.
That's the best email. PR reps submit their clients all the time.
Okay.
Independent artists submit their self. We look at their bios, we check their workout, and, you know, make sure there's no BS. And then we go from there. We set up interviews and start, you know, getting them exposure.
Wow. This is fantastic. Give the audience, please, the address again where one can contact you. This is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for entrepreneurs out there that are looking. A lot of people, and that's what they need. They just need to know where to go, what to do.
Exactly.
So give them one more time, Elisha, the information that they may contact you and find out how to connect with you.
You can contact us at boldmagonline@gmail.com, our website, www.boldmagonline.com. We're on Twitter @boldmagonline and facebook.com/boldmagonline.
Yay! Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for
having
having
me. It is a pleasure. It's just a wonderful thing when you see entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs, and you are not just a young entrepreneur, but you are. You're interviewing other young entrepreneurs. So you're a young entrepreneur and bringing in other young entrepreneurs, and your marketing skills, you just bring all of that to the table, and they come with their skills, and it's like, bam, there they go.
Everyone needs a chance.
Yeah,
you know?
everyone does. Everyone does. And
deserves a
everyone
chance.
needs to know exactly what, you know, how to market their particular skill, because that's the whole thing. They don't know how to market it.
Yeah.
So you do that. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
just
having
so
me.
excited about you coming. Will you please come back again? I mean, I'd
Of
love to have
course.
you come back again.
I'll bring a dish from Heels in the Kitchen next time.
Oh, that, and bring the cookbook. We want to see the cookbook.
Some
and wanna hear-
signature cocktails.
Some
Some strawberry cream cheese bruschetta.
Oh, I'm so excited. Elisha Mirsky, Bold Magazine. Look for it. You will not be sorry. There's a lot of information in there also that will help you, a lot of just a lot of information. The philanthropy part, the designers, the culture, all of that. Just look for Bold Magazine, okay? We're going to go to our station break, and we'll be right back, and we'll deal with another young entrepreneur, okay?
There is really only one boy. One girl. One trade. One forest. One deep, dancing ocean. One mountain calling. One handful of sand through our fingers. One endless sky overhead. And one simple way to care for it all. Please visit earthshare.org and learn how the world's leading environmental groups are working together under one name, EarthShare. One environment, one simple way to care for it. It is about balancing our choices between the gray of the concrete jungle and the stunning beauty of the real one. Between a stoic facade of granite and the fury of the canyon. Between deafness and the presence of breathtaking music. Between blindness and blinding beauty. It's why there's EarthShare, the simple way to find balance. EarthShare is the workplace giving program bringing the leading environmental groups under one umbrella. Support EarthShare, support them all. EarthShare. Please ask your employer about workplace giving. To learn more, please visit our website.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us again. If you missed it and you went to have some coffee or you went to the bathroom or what have you, you really missed it. Listen, we're talking about young entrepreneurs on the rise. And today I have with me Michelle Morgan, who is the founder and, gosh, the CEO of Intel Boutique. And she's going to talk to us and tell us about Intel Boutique. Welcome, Michelle.
Well, thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm excited. Tell me, please, all about Intel.
Well, Intel Boutique was actually born from two concepts. The concept Intel came from actually my bachelor's degree in global security and intelligence studies. I know it's a mouthful. Tell me about it.
Wow.
And the second concept came from, or developed, should I say, from the idea of me always wanting to help people in their projects.
Oh, okay.
And then always, offering, what can I do to help you? If I have the time, I will do that, working on different projects and campaigns. So I just thought about the middle of last year to marry the two together.
Okay.
So now I have Intel Boutique.
So now you said a whole mouthful.
I did, didn't I?
What exactly does Intel Boutique? Who's their target group? I mean,
The target group for Intel Boutique is small business owners.
okay.
And what Intel Boutique is primarily is a research and development agency, if you will, that helps small business owners kind of get some of the foundation of starting their business, and then even as they launched it, carry on some of those services that they need to operate their business. Everything from helping with tax filing and business documents, because as small business owners, we need those little details.
Okay, so how do you differ from SCORE?
One, I'm not a nonprofit.
Okay.
And two is selective services. So I
Okay.
don't do all the services that you might get at SCORE.
Okay.
And I don't, I don't necessarily have the entire resources that SCORE does, in the sense that they have a band really of just active and retired business owners.
Right.
So you have kind of a broader sense, and I'm also just local to the Los Angeles area. That's what I primarily like to focus on.
Okay, so who would come to you?
If you are a micro business owner, if you are a small business owner, or you're starting off and you're opening a business from your home office or your home,
Okay.
which most businesses do, the garage, the kitchen table.
All of them start like that.
Start from your home. So you
Yeah.
can come to me and I would help you along the process.
So if I came to you, Michelle, and I said, listen, I have this wonderful idea. I want to make lipstick. and I come to you, what would you do for me?
Well, first I would ask you questions, because I can't do all of the work because it's not my idea. So we would sit down and I would kind of do like a little interview as, what do you really want to do with this project, and talk to you about the things that you need. So if you want to make lipstick, for instance, well, we'll start about, getting your EIN, for instance. A lot of people will go to a source like LegalZoom.com, and they'll think that it's an online service, it should be really easy, but LegalZoom actually charges you a lot of fees that you don't need to pay, that you can do on your own for free. For instance, that EIN I mentioned, LegalZoom charges you $35 to provide that. You can go get it at the irs.gov for yourself for free.
Or how about picking up the telephone and calling the 800 number and get the EIN number like that?
Or going online even and doing it for free.
I mean, really?
But people will pay that service and not know that they're
Wow.
being charged for that.
Wow. So are you telling me that there are a lot of people out there that just don't have a clue? They have these great ideas and don't know where to start.
I think a lot of people, they do have those great ideas and they don't know where to start, and they're looking for help.
Okay.
And they're looking for help that does not going to cost them, an arm and a leg to get there.
So that's where you come in.
That's where I come in.
So now how do you solicit your clients? How do they know how to get to you? Just like like I said, I want to make lipstick. How do I find you?
Well, I do have a number of social media outlets that I do use and promote myself on, which you can find me at. But I also start kind of in my inner circle.
Okay.
And kind of go out as a ripple. My motto has always been, help those you know first. And then you can go out from there. So as far as how to find me, if you were to Google Intel Boutique, especially in the Los Angeles area, you should be able to pull me up, either my Facebook page, my Twitter page, my website, or even my business blog.
Now we're spelling Intel, I-N-T-E-L?
INTEL space and then boutique.
Okay. And they can reach you at Intel Boutique?
They can reach me at Intel Boutique on Twitter,
Okay.
/Intel Boutique at Facebook. They can actually email me if they want at mm@intelboutique.com.
And they can also visit my website, www.intelboutique.com.
This is absolutely, and this is what happens most of the time. Those great ideas just kind of die in the kitchen because they call up these services, as you just mentioned, and they tell them not $35, but $3,500. I've talked to people that want to get things patented or copyrights and trademarks and those kind of things. And when they call these people, they give them all these great spills, and then when they get them on the phone, this just a price that's just like crazy. That no one can afford. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
You're right. So how do you get paid to assist? Is there a minimal fee, or how do you do this?
Depends on the service that you're requesting from me. I only offer about 3 different services. Of course, it's the R&D, which I do most of your research and legwork for you, but I bring it back to you so we can go over it and decipher what you need, what you don't need, and what can you use immediately.
Okay.
Then there's the business support, kind of like the administrative duties that you may need help with into getting, the step up. So if it's just handling some of the paperwork, filing that, make sure you meet all the deadlines, because let's be real, paperwork, taxes, they all have deadlines that they need to meet, or else you have to wait another year to get them done. And then I also do social media management and campaign, which differs from the social media marketing you always hear about.
Okay, so now this sounds really big. So now even if I wanted to just say, forget about lipstick, I want to make cakes. Would I come to you?
You can come to me, but you won't be coming from me from the design aspect. You come to me for what do I need to get started to open my own cake, or how do I market my cake, or what resources do I need to establish my business, whether it's going to be at brick and mortar buildings, which you don't see much anymore, or virtually market myself. So I would come in and finish, fill in those gaps for you. What can you do, and how do you do it?
So I would come to you. You would have questions for me. I would give you those questions or give you those answers, and then you would then take a look at it, and then when we met again, you'd be able to tell me, well, Rick, listen, this is the research and development I've done, and this
Yes.
would be a way you can go. Now, now what is the fee for this?
It does vary. It's not so much person to person, but we're going to look at, again, I don't want to charge anybody on the consulting part, which is just, finding out the answers. I think that, information is power when shared. So I'm going to first, get those answers from you and questions, and then from after that initial consultation, we're going to talk about what we can do, and then we're going to discuss fees after that. Because some people might want the whole package of the business support, the social media management, and the R&D, or maybe just one of the services. So it depends on the client versus, what's available.
Okay. So now, wow. That's a lot. And people need that help. Again, like I said, there are a lot of great ideas, that are just birthed right in the kitchen and the garage and the backyard. A lot of people started there. And I always laugh because people say, oh, gosh, they're just starting. And it's like, yeah, a lot of people start there. I laugh when I see Oprah, and it's like, yeah, she started on public access, duh. So, a lot of good could come if you just know what direction you're going and just know the road that you need to travel.
And know that you have, yeah, exactly, and know where you have options. People forget that they have so many more options available to them than what they hear about or what's hyped up about. You hear about LegalZoom all the time, right?
Yes.
But there are other avenues that are less costly to you as the starter of your business. But there's also ways or other channels that you can go through, such as Rocket Lawyer, which is a little bit more inexpensive than LegalZoom.
Now, let me ask you this. If I were a nonprofit and came to you, would you be able to help me?
I would be able to get you started. I've actually been working with a couple of friends from college on a nonprofit.
Okay.
So I do know the ins and outs of, the filing fees, the EIN again, of course, the paperwork required, the business plan that you actually do have to have, filing with for a 501c3 or any other 501s that are available. So I don't think of myself as a specialist in what I do. I'm more of a generalist.
I see. And you can also direct what you don't know. You can direct the people to someone that would be able to give them accurate information and not something that would
exactly, because I'm not here so much to make a profit off of you. I'm really here to help you.
Okay. Wow. Give us that information again, Michelle, because listen, I know my listeners are very, very interested because I talk to people all the time, and it's like, you know what, I really want to do this, 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 and they just don't know where to go. And then when they do, when someone tells them, oh, yeah, call so-and-so and so, and it's like, I don't have that kind of money. You know, so tell us again, give us all your information. I want the viewers to know that you can reach Michelle Morgan. She's, I mean, you just heard what it is that she does. And if you're just, and it doesn't matter whether you make cakes, cookies, it doesn't matter whether you make the best fudge in the world. It doesn't matter, because I'm sure, what's her name? Mrs. Fields and all those other people. So, you know, just because the idea seems small and everybody in your family loves it, that means that other people will love it outside of your family, and that you should take a chance and do it. I think if it's something that you love doing, I think people become very successful at it. Give us your information again, Michelle.
You can reach me by email, which is probably the most effective, at mm@intelboutique.com. You can find me at Twitter at intelboutique. You can also find me at Facebook /intelboutique.com. And you can visit my website, www.intelboutique.com.
I love it. I am so happy to have you. I am just so glad. You will come back again.
Of course.
And we'll talk again about, gosh, I mean, I know that this is going somewhere. I can feel it. This is going to be like really,
Thank you.
because people need this. And especially in these economic times where things are, you know, like people are looking for jobs, and it's like, you don't have to always look for a job.
No,
you know what I mean?
Your own job.
You could create your own job. And I say it all the time. It's like, hey, listen, if you sweep, if you're a good sweeper, you might be even better. You know what I'm saying? You might want to start it as a business. I hate sweeping. You know what I mean? I hate that. So if I had a good sweeper to come in and be like, yeah, you got a job, because it's something I hate doing. So I am really, really, really excited for that information to get out to my viewers, because, again, like I said, so many people, I run across so many people all the time that have these wonderful, wonderful ideas. And it's kind of like, I don't know where to start. And then their ideas just kind of die. They just die right there. They don't even go any further. And it's just very disheartening. There was a lady I met years ago, and she made the most wonderful, wonderful cakes that I've ever tasted. And she died, and the whole thing died with her, you know, when it could have lived on, you know, like pancakes in a box, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, something like
Betty
that.
Crocker, all of that. Anyway, that's all for now. We are winding down. Michelle, I am so happy to have had you on the show. I hope you will come back again.
Of course.
And I want you to just tell the audience bye, or just give some last parting words to the audience.
Well, I want to thank everybody for stopping by to Young Entrepreneurs on the Rise. Please look out for, you know, your neighborhood youngster, because you never know where their dreams can lead.
Isn't that wonderful? That's awesome. That is so awesome. Thank you again, Michelle. And thank you to viewers.
Rick, the critic, when she come into your place, so you best not forget it. She gon' tell you how it is, cause she's Rick the critic. When she all up in your city, oh, you best not forget it. Let you know if she like it, and if she get with it. Let the whole world know, and be the first to admit it. Let you know if it's good, and if she dig it, cause she's Rick the critic. Rick the critic, Rick the critic, Rick the critic. She the first to admit it if she can't dig it, cause she's Rick the critic, 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 Rick the critic.